Okay, so this is the nested if statements worksheet. Remember, at the bottom of this, you have your answers. So this would just be like a typical warm-up in class. You'd come in, I'd hand it to you, but because of everything, I'm actually just demonstrating all the worksheets that I would typically give you. So this isn't graded or anything, but print it out at home, see how you do, check your output compared to the answers at the bottom. Watch this video for clarification. But this is be something you'd kind of be expected to do on a quiz or a test in here. And to be honest, it's pretty easy. So let's go through this. It says, what is the output of each of the following statements? Assume that A is equal to 10, B is 5, C is 8, and temp is 0. So is 10 less than or equal to 5? It's not. So it would skip this, and it would just print 10 and 5 right there. Okay, and I would just write 10, 5 right here if I was doing this. At the same time, this is gonna be a little bit harder with the computer in front of me, but I would put I would write 10 above A and 5 right here, and then you can do that. So it might be easiest if no, that's fine, whatever. So that's the answer. So next one, is A less than or equal to, or is 10 less than or equal to 5? Nope. And so since there's braces around it, and nothing prints. So I would just say it doesn't print anything right here. As you can see, the braces can change drastically what your program does. I tell every kid to use braces, but like this, there's nothing wrong with doing it like this. It's just if you don't use the proper white space, it's hard to read. And so in my mind, braces make it easier to block your code off and make it better. So in this case, 10 is less than 5. That's not true. So it would skip this whole structure right here, and then it would print B and then A. So B is 5, and then A is 10. Again, that's why I would like using, I would like doing it like this if I were to really code this out properly. In my mind, this is easier to follow because this is now a nested if statement. So in order to get inside here to do this stuff right here, this has to be true. And so the answer is 5 and 10, but when you don't use those braces, in my mind, that starts to get a bit confusing. So I would use braces, but again, you might get this kind of code on a test, so you need to know how to work through it. And something like this would be an easy layup shot, so you don't want to miss it. Next one, A is 10, B is 5. 10 is greater than 5. So let me look right here. So it would actually hit this one right there. B is 5 and C is 8. So is 5 plus 8, that is, what is that, 13, or no, it's 12. Wait, 5 plus 8, yeah, 5 plus 8 is 13, sorry. So is 13 less than 10? That's not true, so it would print this one, which is B and C. So 5 and 8, so this would print 5 and 8 right there. Okay. Next up, 10 is greater than 5. That's true. So let's look at this. So we've got C is 8 and B is 5. So now C is now equal to, and I like doing like arrows. C is equal to 13 now. So then this is true. 10 is greater than 5. So then it does this calculation. C changes from 8 to now 13. So is 13 greater than 10? Yep. So then it prints temp, which is 0, and C, which is 13. So it'll print 0 and 13 for number 5. And because it hit this part, it won't hit any of this stuff down here. And because it did this part of your if statement, it won't hit any of this down here. So it's just 0 and 13. So 6, what is C again? C is 8. So you got, 10 is less than 8. That's not true. Is B greater than temp? B is 5, temp is 0. So 5 is greater than temp. So then you've got this calculation. You got A is equal to basically A minus C. And so A is 10, right? And C is 8. So 10 minus 8 is 2. So A is now 2. So that gets hit. And so then it would print A, which is 2. So it would print 2. B is 5, and then C is 8. So it would print 2, 5, and 8. 7 is 10 less than 8. That's not true. So then it would do this right here. It would do 10 plus 5. So C would be what? 15. Let me just check real quick because 10 and 5. Yep. So 15. So is 5 greater than temp? Temp is 0, I believe. So yep. So 5 is greater than temp. So then we've got basically A, and that would be what? 5 plus 15, because this is the C right here. So we got A is equal to 20 now. So it would print A, which would be what, 20. B never changed, so B stays to 5. Whoops, 5. And then C was 15. And last up, so 10 minus 5 is 5. Is that greater than, what was C, 8? Yep. So no, that's not true. Is 5 greater than temp, which was 0 plus 2? That's true. So 5. So then you got temp is 0. So what is that? It's basically 0 minus 1. So temp is now -1. So it just prints -1. Okay. Write the statements for each of the following code segments. Read a person. So when you see this read a person's name, it's basically should say enter a person's age. Or anytime you see this read. So this paper says read a person's age, read the temperature. So you're just basically asking the user to enter in information. So to do that, you do system.out.println, enter the age or whatever. And then you'd have int age equals myscanner.nextInt. And sorry, that's going to be a lowercase right there. And then what is it asking you to do? Print a message stating whether or not the person is old enough to drink. The minimum age to drink is 21. So if age is less than 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, system.out.println, you are too young to drink, else you are old enough to drink. And what if it was equal to 21? Well, is 21 less than 21? No, so that would work out fine right there. Read the person's age and print a message stating whether the person is too young to drive, old enough to drive, but too young to drink, or old enough to drive. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to use something kind of similar to this. So I'm going to copy this code down here. Alright, so So if they're greater than 21, I want to do this. I'm going to say greater than or equal to 21. You are old enough to drink and drive, but not at the same time. And let's do a bunch of those so that you kids like don't go out and say, hey, Seeley said you can drink and drive, because that would just be ridiculous. So I'll put that right there. So yeah, highlight that. You can drink and you can drive, but you cannot do it at the same time, all right? So there's me highlighting it, all right? All right, so next up, else if the age is greater than or equal to 17, and what did I say? The minimum age to drive is 17. Well, let's just say it's 17. I don't know. It really should be 16, so I could change that to 16. Either way is fine. It doesn't really matter. You know, you can drive but can't drink. Okay. Else you can't drink or drive. So you can't do either, all right? Pretty easy. And then last one, read the temperature and print one of the following messages. So I'm going to kind of copy some of this stuff right here. And what did I say here? We're entering the temperature and spitting out a message. So enter the temperature. And we got temperature is equal to, okay, that's good. So if temp, and I'm going to change this to temp instead of temperature. Temp is greater than 83. It is hot. Else if temp is greater than what? Greater than or equal to 68. Now I said greater than or equal to because it's between 68 and 63. This one's just greater, more than 83. So if it's greater than or equal to 83 and it is less than, and the temp is less than or equal to 68. Sorry, it's greater than or equal to 68 and less than or equal to 83. Your message is what? It is ideal. Ideal. And so the next one, else if temp is greater than or equal to 45 and temp is less than or equal to 67, your message is it is cool. Else it is cold. So I didn't need to put any Boolean conditioning going on. It's just because any temperature is greater than 83, it's hot, and then you can go down. So if they enter like negative information, that would automatically hit this one because it's the else, the hanging else. So anyway, practice this worksheet, but you guys should be good to go on this. So this video is done.